Right.
Uncle's a part of those Broncos years.
This is a signal that the Eagles are going to change drastically, and probably change in a way that a lot of Eagles fans want them to do. There's been a lot of noise throughout the year about, stagnant offenses, limited route receiver, route trees, a lot of things that Monday morning quarterbacks have been showing clips of and getting Eagles fans fired up about. Eagles fans have been voicing their displeasure of what the offense looked like. This is a clear sign that is going to be drastically different next year. I'm excited to see what this looks like.
Jalen's under center a lot more in this type of offense, and what that does for Saquon, what that does for Jalen in terms of run fakes and things like that. Obviously, he's always been a kind of in the gun kind of quarterback, but I think there's something about what this style of offense does to help a quarterback if he just dives in and accept it. Now, don't get me wrong, it's Jalen Hurts. They're going to do stuff out of the gun because that's where he's comfortable, and they're going to kind of mold this thing around him because he's the signal caller. But at the same time, I'm interested to see how they're going to be using these big offensive linemen in the outside zone and all the different variations of it. It's going to be fun to see how it all kind of unfolds.
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point about it molding around Jalen Hurts. I think it'll be interesting to see how much this offense for the Eagles next year does look like a lot of these other McVay, Shanahan tree coaches and what he did in Green Bay with LaFleur, versus what the Eagles have had success with Jalen Hurts and the skill set that he has. When they had Malik Willis playing this year, they did a lot more of gun runs and zone reads and things like that. Jordan Love will do that stuff as well. The one thing I really like about Sean Mannion is that he has familiarity a little bit in that stuff as well, especially as a quarterback coach. He understands, how do we utilize the strengths of the signal caller. You saw Jordan Love develop when he got to Green Bay and become a better player. So there's a lot of things that I like out of what appears to be Sean Mannion's, not just his past experiences and players he's coached, but also how those players have developed and gotten better. I also like that he's a fast riser, right? 2 years and all of a sudden he's an offensive coordinator. That tells me that there's a lot of other coaches that are speaking very highly of this guy, right?
Yep. You don't get an opportunity like this without a lot of people vouching for you this early.
I'm excited to see what this thing looks like. I really am.
People in Philadelphia are getting what they asked for. They're going to get a completely different version of this highly skilled and highly powerful offense, as well as everyone's coming back healthy. So it's good. It's definitely going to be something that's is going to be fun to watch.
No doubt. There is still the question mark. I mean, the big thing everybody's talking about, he's never called plays, right? That's the big negative. And most of the really good play callers that are doing a great job currently in the NFL already have jobs, right? There was a guy available, Mike McDaniel. He took the LA job. Brian Daboll takes the Tennessee job. So, who else do you get that is you feel really confident in? They decided to go with the guy who's up and coming and has a lot of interesting backgrounds and ways to kind of shift and mold the offense into something new. And we're just going to have to wait and see how he is as a play caller.
I hear you. And don't get me wrong. Having Andy Reid as my play caller my entire life, I have been the most fortunate of having a really seasoned play caller that knows when to dial these things up. But at the end of the day, there's going to be, there's going to be those big time situational plays where, you're really leaning on the coach to put you in a good spot. But at the majority, I think, of the time in the NFL, you're going out there, you're having to make something work. And so at the end, you have the players there, and it's just the accountability and making sure that it all meshes well and that the coaches are putting them in good positions. But at the end of the day, going out there and making those fucking plays is what's going to change the game.
No doubt. And there's a question in here. What does he have to do to win over the Philly faithful? It's not complicated. You go out there and win games and you have a good offense. I mean, there's not an easy way to do it. I mean, sometimes you gotta kick the biggest. You got to go jail rules, right? When you go to jail, there's a lot of intimidating
You don't
people.
know anything about jail, Jason.
Well, I hear this, though. I hear this from people who've been to jail. I've heard it in movies, so it's got to have some truth. You go up to the biggest, baddest guy, and you start a fight, right? To set the tone that I'm not to be fucked with, right? So I think Sean Mannion needs to go to the biggest, baddest Philadelphia Eagles fans' house and just go and egg it. He's just got to egg their house, preemptively egg their house. Take the fight to them.
Just start egging houses.
Listen, we do have some film breakdown and video that we're going to be diving into from Sean Mannion and Green Bay and looking at, what this offense looks like. I think we've wanted to get into video breakdowns before. It's not the easiest to figure out virtually and with all the editing and whatnot, but we've tried to do something and we're only going to get better at it. Yeah, so we're going to be doing some film breakdown of why we like the hire, why we don't, what we think it'll incorporate into the Philadelphia Eagles offense, as well as just watching ball. I love watching, talking ball, and Green Bay was doing some really cool, interesting things. So yeah, keep a lookout on the YouTube channel for when that comes out. And we also have a special guest at the end of the episode today.
You guys are not going to want to miss this.
Who was not the biggest fan of Kevin Patullo, as you guys might remember. We got Sam Salvo, the young man who went virtual for saying that Kevin Patullo should be flipping burgers and A.J. Brown needs to start packing his bags at the end of the episode. He's a young star in the making, and we're going to have him on to talk about this new hire in Sean Mannion.
Can't fucking wait.
Travis is headed to Waste Management's Open Pro-Am.
Yes, sir.
Travis, you ever been there before? Have you played in it?
So those of you that don't know what it is, it's the PGA tournament out in Arizona, out in Phoenix. The Waste Management Open is iconic. It's iconic for how much of a party it is all weekend. The infamous hole 16 par 3 is fucking electric. They create an entire arena around a par 3. It's done like no other hole in golf, and it's epic, man. I've always wanted to play in it. I've always wanted to, obviously play in the PGA, but I've always wanted to actually play the course while this grandstand is there, and it's pretty fucking cool that I'm getting the opportunity to.
That's right. Well, famously in the past, the tournament has had to suspend alcohol sales because it is that wild, folks. Waste Management does not mess around. Trav, are you ready for this? Who are you paired with?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say or if I even know exactly who it is that I'm paired with. Whoever I'm playing with, they're a fucking PGA golfer. You know what I mean? So, anytime I'm around, pros in different sports, I always get pumped to kind of pick their brain and be a part of their world. So this would be fucking pretty damn cool, especially at a tournament like Waste Management.
That par 3, what's the distance on that sucker? Do you know?
Last year it was anywhere from like 150 to 180.
Okay. So it's not like a crazy distance.
I think they give people the excitement that somebody might jar this. It's not like the hardest green to hit.
It's not like a 230 where you're like trying to choose, or am I hitting a long iron or what am I doing here? Yeah.
I can't fucking wait. I'm fucking pumped for this. I haven't swung a golf club in 3 weeks. This will be so much fun to just go out there and try not to hit one off of the fucking nozzle and smoke somebody in the stands, which would also be hilarious. I'm either going for that or going to jar one, baby.
Kill one or hole in one. Got it. All right. ESPN is airing the Philly special this Friday, February 6th. 8:30 for 30 is coming out on the Philly special. That's right.
What? Are you in it?
I am. Yes, I'm in it. Nick Foles is in. And everybody that touched the ball in the Philly special, as well as Doug Peterson, who made the call.
Dougie P.
Listen, it's really all encompassing of that Super Bowl run, but the emphasis is definitely on that play in particular and that moment for Philadelphia. So it was a blast to be a part of. All of us got together, me, Corey, Trey Burton, Nick Foles, and Doug Peterson in Philadelphia to reminisce about the play and talk about what led to that moment. So that was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what the final product looks like, man. I think...
Dude, I can't wait either.
Man, it was just so wild. 4th and 1 in the Super Bowl.
Biggest game of your life, 30 seconds left in the half. Oh, I can't fucking wait. God, doggone, man. Talk about crazy weather in the United States right now. That fucking week in Minnesota. Holy shit.
It was a balmy... 12? I don't remember. I just remember leaving the stadium and it was cold as fuck.
And it was a blizzard the whole time. Like literally, I remember this is kind of when Uber started and like Lyft and all these car services really started to like become a thing. And I'm over here trying to get them everywhere. And they're like, bro, I can't even get to you. Like the roads are so bad. The traffic is all backed up because there's really nowhere for everybody to go because everyone's driving so slow. Like it was like you had to get an Uber an hour and a half in advance. And it was like, man, it was insane, but it made it that much more fun to kind of be in that bubble downtown with everyone. Cause everyone was just like, you know what? I'm not going out to the Mall of America because I can't fucking get there. You know, I'm going to go ahead and just hit the bars and hit these restaurants around downtown and meet up with friends. And man, it made it for such a fucking unique Super Bowl, man. It was so cool to, you know, see my brother win his first Super Bowl, but also, you know, be amongst the madness that was that Minnesota downtown that year.
It was wild. It sure was. I was just thankful for all the skywalks, not having to go outside.
Dude, the skywalks, how about they got that shit figured out in Minnesota, man.
If they were going to make a doc about any other game or play from your career, what do you think they'd make a doc about, Trev?
Me? Like the Chiefs?
Yeah. Or something in your career.
I think it would probably be the 3-jet wasp, the play in the Super Bowl to Tyreek where we're down 2 scores and we need a huge play, or down 3 scores and need a huge play down to our last, you know, or what felt like our last dollar. And Tyreek came up fucking big with Coach Bieniemy calling the right play and Pat kind of throwing it out there as famous words. But we got wasp. What about wasp? And man, absolutely electric. So I'd say that's probably our Philly special in that regard, and that's the only one that really comes to mind.
All right. Last bit of new news. Not sure you guys know this, but we do have a website, KelceClubhouse.com. If you're throwing a Super Bowl party, we got you covered. Check out the sale for all of your party essentials. That's right. Tablecloths, heat thermometer. Definitely got to know if that meat is done cooking.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, a little Jungle Juice dispenser. Yeah. Disposable
Can't forget
cups,
your football balloons. Got to make it festive. Yeah.
Don't forget that charcoal, baby.
The X's and O's plates.
Make it football centric. Live it up. I mean, this is the time of year, man. This is basically a national holiday, Super Bowl time.
Dude, I don't know whose Super Bowl party it was. I don't even know whose house we were at. I just remember mom and dad taking us to a Super Bowl party, and it was the year that the Titans played the Rams in the Super Bowl, and it came down to that last like play. Yeah, you remember this? The greatest show? So I don't fucking know, but I remember it like it was yesterday. The whole house that like they were all cheering for the Rams for sure. It was a St. Louis like house because the entire like I just remember Kurt Warner memorabilia being everywhere, and all the cups and everything were St. Louis. All the napkins were St. Louis. And it's just something about that as a kid, man. It's just implemented in my fucking brain. All right. Now, once again, that's new news brought to you by Reese's Oreo Cups. Let's keep this thing moving into a little bit of Super Bowl bold topics. That's right. It's the big game this Sunday, and we got some big things to talk about. First thing is that bold topics is brought to you by Xfinity. That's right. Baby. This week, we're bringing some friends on to talk about this big game. And as always, we have our notorious introductioneer. I just made up a word. You guys know what I'm talking about, Jason.
Auctioneer, but introductioneer. I see what you did there. Yeah.
Jason.
Either way, we got some awesome guests. Let's get to the first one right now. Here to represent the New England Patriots, he is the host of Games with Names and Dudes on Dudes podcast, a 7th-round pick out of Kent State, 3-time Super Bowl champion and Super Bowl MVP. 92%ers, please welcome back to the show for his second appearance, Mr. Julian Edelman. Edelnut himself. He's back.
How you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Doing great, man. It's Super Bowl weekend.
No job January over here, man. Just enjoying some free time and watching some good ball on Sundays, man.
Yeah, you're not used to that though. That's probably an uncomfortable feeling, huh?
Yeah, you know the feeling, dude. You know the feeling.
I get it. When you go to, you both have been to a bunch of Super Bowls and a lot of them in a short amount of time, like your body clock is messed up that first time you're not in it. Right. You're like, what's going on? Like, I'm growing a beard. I'm 5 years out. It just feels right. I'm like, what the hell are we doing? Why am I doing this still?
Don't change it.
It's stupid.
It's 80 degrees. You're not in Boston anymore, Jules. You don't need that.
I know.
All right. Well, should we get right into the Pats? What do you think?
Let's do it, dude.
How you feeling? What's your confidence level for the Super Bowl for the Patriots?
Well, I'm excited. I'm super excited. And I am very confident with the Patriots going into this game.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about the easy road, the schedule. young football team going against a juggernaut. And a lot of these narratives are things that this organization has dealt with before. So, I'm very interested to see the coaches of the Patriots and what they game plan going into this thing. They've got a lot of experience in this. Braves, yeah, he's never coached in one, but he's got Josh McDaniels, who's coached in 10.
Yeah.
He's been a former head coach. Braves has played in this thing. So I just think there's a lot of value in that experience of the routine of the Super Bowl. Cause you guys know, more than anyone right now, this game is a different game.
Completely different.
And the little things that the coaches prepare you for, or at least me, I saw come to fruition in the game. So I think I'm excited with their opportunity.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, so there's something we wanted to ask you. It is a young team. There's a lot of guys that haven't played in it. You mentioned Braves, your organization, have a ton of experience in this game.
Right.
You yourself, obviously, ton of experience playing in this game in this week. What piece of advice would you give the guys that are playing in it for the first time? The Drake Mays and the young players. What would you tell them?
My advice would be is keep the routine the same. Maybe if you want, do a little couple extras. Like I'd always catch another like 500 balls after practice, or something that wouldn't tax my body, but fundamentally get me confident. And keep the routine the same. You guys are here for a reason. It's because of how you prepared all year going into a game. It always worked, and it continued to work. So you don't have to do too much. And then one last thing I would tell them, be prepared for a marathon, not a sprint. This game is it's longer.
Yep.
Be prepared for, spurts of rhythm throughout the game and take advantage of that.
Yeah.
But know that this is a long game, and the team that wins is the team that makes the least amount of mistakes, not the team that makes the most plays. Right. If you watch, it's the team that makes the least amount of mistakes, left tackle, jumping off sides, a receiver not breaking hot on a hot route and it's an interception. The quarterback not getting the right protection, things that we're not going to see that you need to check the box every, play when we're evaluating our plays after the game. Like, just don't have those negative plays.
Yeah.
The team that has the least amount of those wins.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy you say that, because a lot of the times in these big games, especially early on, you feel like you gotta be your greatest. You feel like you gotta make that extra, that crazy one-handed catch when no one expects you to make the play. But it's really just those little things that, you're getting that cutoff block on the backside. So if that thing, peels back to you,
so you can get 6 yards.
Exactly. Just so you can get a few yards and get downhill, and now you're not playing behind the sticks and things like that. It's such a easy concept to talk about, but when you're in it, man, you want to be your best, and you want to be the fucking one that catapults the guys to the next game or to the win. And it's man, if you just go out there and focus on doing those little things, the jobs, those big plays, when the instincts are when you're in it and those big plays need to be made, you'll make them by just being you. You don't got to be an extra version of yourself. So I'm so with you on that, man.
Absolutely.
And then and it sounds easy. Oh, hey, just do it. But the distractions and the the pre game ceremonies and the 28-minute halftime.
Yep.
There's so many different variables that make it so much harder than a regular game.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that lull, it's not going to be a sprint. This thing's not going to happen after, you stop, you hold the team 3 and out, you go and score. Oh, this game's over. No, this thing's going to be a marathon. They're always close, more than they're not.
Right.
Which they can get to not being close. They can be a blowout, but more than not, it's usually a close game.
Have you talked to Braves at all?
Yeah, I talked to Braves week 3 when they lost to this. Who'd they lose to? Was it the Raiders? Or no, it was the Saints. Maybe. I had the Hall of Fame induction. Braves came to the ceremony, and that was one of the last times they lost. But Yeah, we talked a little bit. He kind of busted my balls, said I went a little long on my Hall of Fame speech, and told me, he goes, Jules, hey, just to give you a reminder, halftime, I know you're going to speak to the crowd and everything. Just remember, it's 12 minutes. All right, bud. It's 12 minutes in the regular season.
What a guy. You missed him by like 1 year, right? In terms of playing
I
with
missed him by 1 year. He got signed to the Chiefs. I got drafted in. But we used to go to the Kentucky Derby together, and we had so much crossover that I feel like I played with him, and the stories about Braves lived on past Braves. Just in the locker room.
I can only imagine, dude. If you got a good one, please share, man. He's a Northeast Ohio guy, so watching Braves at Ohio State and then obviously at the Patriots is like fucking. I feel like he's like a part of my family for some reason.
It was always like, hey, Braves would have killed you for getting on this taping table as a rookie before this guy, like little things like that. And then you always heard, coach would reference, other coaches would reference, Vrabel would have ate that up on scout team, or this guy was one of the smartest football players that we've ever seen. And when you're hearing that from, the coaches that we had that I think, are pretty dang good.
Yeah.
If they're going to carry a guy's name, he must have been doing something right.
Yeah.
Him and Rodney Harrison, they always talked about Rodney. They talked about a lot of those former guys, but, they always talked about Braves in a great fashion. And it's been really cool to see him. He's always been a stud though. Like, it's not like, this is his first time doing good things.
Right.
He was great with Tennessee. He was, when he went to Ohio State as a younger coach, and he's done great things, anything he's done. So it's been really cool to see.
Oh yeah.
I was just going to ask you, what do you think has enabled him to have so much success so quickly in New England? Like in 1 year to be in the Super Bowl, to turn it around from what it's been the last couple of years. I mean, it's fucking amazing. Like truly.
It is. I think it's a combination of things. I think, RKK, Mr. Kraft, making the right call, getting the right people in the building at the right time. I think it's the relationship between Elliott Wolf, Stretch, Vrabel, whoever's getting the players in. They've hit on a lot of their free agents. Milt Williams been lights out. Spillane's been lights out. Diggs in the offensive side's brought a new attitude to that receiver room. And then they have 11 rookies that they've drafted on the team. So, they've been hitting on guys they brought in, guys they've drafted, and Drake May having Josh McDaniels this year, I think, has been huge. So I think it's a combination of like the perfect storm of things happening, and things can happen that quick in this league because, it's built on parity, and the crappiest team is not as crappy as you think in this league. Like they're like 3 players, 5 players away, which can be hit in a draft or through free agency, however your team is built. So I think it's a combination of things.
Love it.
And Braves is a great coach too, Shit.
Oh yeah.
We got Cooper Kupp coming on here after you, brother, to represent the Seattle side. 2 of the best wide receivers ever to play in the Super Bowl, man. Cooper's coming back for his second run at it. You got anything you want to say to Cooper? Have any questions for him?
Ask him. I've been making my French press coffee a little weird. Just ask him, what's the weight on how much I got to put in? Cause he's a big coffee guy. He did his dodo thing over here once. He gave me a coffee machine. We know he's the Triple Crown winner. We know he's still balling in the Super Bowl, and he's still balling at a high level at a high age. But I just want to know about the coffee. How do I get my French press right?
Dude, coffee is an underrated part about having success in the league too. Whenever I get a young guy and he's not drinking coffee, I'm like, do you not like taking legal performance enhancers? Why the fuck would you not drink coffee? What are you doing, man?
I didn't drink coffee until I got in the league.
That's right.
Then I started chewing. I started drinking coffee. I mean, how do you get through these meetings?
That's right. People
don't realize this is like you have to go to school before you get to just play football. It's like you're in class all day long.
Yeah.
That's so absolutely. Fucking good. All right, we got to ask about the French press, man. I'm actually curious about this one.
Is there anything you would say the Patriots win if they do X?
They get the ball off Sam Darnold.
Okay.
Patriots win if they can get the ball off Sam Darnold and win that turnover margin.
Yeah.
I really think if you get it to a nitty gritty game, You have Milton Williams in the middle, Barmore on the other, in the middle together, getting pressure in the middle of the pocket and getting a takeaway from that explosive offense. Like, I think, and they got to take advantage of it. I think they have that's their best opportunity of winning. Cause like, I think Seattle, if you look at them, they're a complementary football team. We've talked about all year, all phases, special teams, offense, defense, but when they've gotten to hairy, nitty gritty games with teams, they've been able to like beat them with all their units. I don't think they could do that with the Patriots. They're pretty dang good on all three units too. So I think when they get into a hairy game with a team that can nullify them on special teams and not give them an explosion play, or maybe hit them with an explosion play with Marcus Jones at punt return or kickoff. Like, I think those are the types of teams that they struggle with, because then it presses on to Darnold to making a play. They got to get more in the drop back. They can't play on schedule with their run game always. Yeah. So getting the ball off Sam, getting that pressure in the middle of the pocket, I think it'll give them their best chance to win.
It makes sense, man.
I love it.
Makes all the sense in the world.
Interior pressure. If you look at like all the Super Bowl teams that have won over the last few years, I mean, you look at dominant D tackles and controlling the middle of that freaking line of scrimmage, and it disrupts the run game, and then it pressures the quarterback. Everybody wants to talk about edge pressure. There's something about that interior pressure. Milton Williams and Barmore are freaking balling right now, both of them.
Well, especially as a pocket passer. Sam, he's athletic. But he likes to do everything behind that center at 8-7 yards, wherever that spot is for him.
Yeah.
And he likes to deliver the ball off that play action. They do a great job moving it, but Sam Seen, he don't like that middle pressure. If you watch, whenever he struggled, It's because of that pressure right in his face, because it's hard to dissect that defense.
Absolutely. Gets him a little bit off schedule, gets him off target, and then all of a sudden he'll still throw it up there. All right.
Let's hit it with this last thing, dude. We got to know you're welcome to the Super Bowl moment. Out of all the Super Bowls you went to, man, what was the one moment that hit you that you can remember that was just like, man, I'm in it, man?
I really think there's two for me. From my first one, we lost against the New York Giants in 2011, and that was still early. That was still kind of almost pre-phone, still getting into the phone age. And
the phone age.
That first kickoff, when you used to run in these Super Bowls, all you would see is just flashes.
Yes.
And I was an R2, and you'd run, and I just remember seeing all the flashes on kickoff.
Oh,
and I remember seeing those flashes.
Dude, that's cinematic, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's super. I remember that, and the national anthem. When the national anthem's going, you see who's singing it. There's whatever celebrities there. So you start to feel the environment of how big this is. Yes. I think those two things were like my welcome to the Super Bowl moment. By the time we got there in 14 again, and then 16, then I kind of had a feel for it. But that first time, it's like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
Dude, you ain't
what
lying.
are we doing here, Batman?
Dude, pre-phone and pre-kickoff changed. Like the kickoff when it was the fucking kickoff. You know what I mean?
We're rolling.
Dude, we're fucking charged.
More daddy! I'm going to go bust a wedge.
That's right.
That's fucking
And the moment you said national anthem, I started getting goosebumps, because that is, and still, even like when I'm at a regular game, every time I hear the national anthem, that kind of is like, for some reason, a very visceral moment for me. And I don't think it's just about the national anthem. It's something about like that. It's about to happen. Like, that's always the trigger in our heads for
timing.
Yes. And at the Super Bowl, it just is at another level every single time. That's one of my favorite moments, when they're videotaping everybody and you see guys just like so emotional, like just like caged dogs ready to get out there. And man, puts you right back into it for sure.
It really does, man.
The national anthem, anytime you watch it, like especially in the big games, you got the jets flying over, you got the military there, the fans are going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got, someone's crying. That's because that, like you said, it's calm before the storm. It's about to go down.
Yes.
And it's been like that since we were kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right after the national anthem, we're going and we're playing ball.
Yes.
Let's
Headbutting
freaking
everybody.
go.
Fucking fire up, man. God.
Well, I'm fired up for the Super Bowl, baby. I can't wait. Pats, Seahawks, we appreciate you hopping on, Jules. You're the man, brother.
No problem, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you to Julian